Yo, you know you are a disgusting fat human being when you are making an egg sandwich at 1 o'clock in the morning. All right, folks, before we even get to what we did today, you have to learn how to make a good egg sandwich. You have to get the expensive olive oil. Excuse me. First of all, you got to get a cast iron pan, a good cast iron pan, right? When you wash it, you use the metal thing to scrape out the food. You rinse it out, just a little bit of detergent to scrub it, rinse it out really well, put it on the stove, turn it on, dry it, throw olive oil in it, smear it around the edges, put it in the oven for a couple of seconds, take it out, put it on the stove. You let it season. You do that every night. And then I want an egg sandwich. So I take that pan, turn up the oven, expensive Spanish olive oil, sprinkle that shit on top. I season my pan with Greek olive oil because to tell the truth, Greek olive oil is fucking awful. Don't tell my Greek girlfriend that. Right? So I've got the pan heating up, my expensive Spanish olive oil, just a little whizzle, 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 right? The key to a good egg sandwich is organic whipped British butter. You put as much as you like. I put about that much on it, right? Just before it melts, I apply my eggs. Cast iron pan, Spanish oil, olive oil, whipped English butter. The last ingredients for the pan is eggs from a fucking chicken. Now, a lot of you people might say, where the eggs come from? You gotta get eggs from a chicken. A chicken that you have seen. All my boys got chickens running around their backyard. I get cage-free, roam-free eggs. Put that in my pan. Crack my eggs just before hot pan. You got to be quick. You got to do chop, chop, throw your butter in, crack, crack, throw your eggs in. So the eggs is like being infused with the butter. My God. You got to get sourdough bread. You got to find a baker. You got to go and see him. And you got to get sourdough bread. You put it in the toaster. On that sourdough bread, you got to put medium cut marmalade from England. There's a store in Concord, an English store where you could get all this nonsense from. You got to use marmalade. I don't use jam. If Welchers or Smuckers want to sponsor the show, I'd be more than happy to use Smuckers or Welch's. But I use medium cut marmalade. This is grapefruit. They have grapefruit. They have lime. They have strawberry. They have a whole bunch of different flavors of marmalade at the English store in Concord. And that's it. That's how you make an amazing egg sandwich. Mm. It's like sweet, buttery. Tart, because I'm using grapefruit marmalade, which is the bomb. My God. My God. Eggs from a chicken. Oh, I also put organic scallions in this thing. Sometimes I'll put a shallot or a red onion. If you want to look like me, you got to eat good. People see my belly and they go, that guy has never missed a meal. That's the important thing about life, not missing meals. I mean, this is it. I got to go and wash my hands. Give me a second. I'll leave you guys with some, no, I'll be right back. Wow. Whew. Waterloo lemon lime, seltzer water. Okay. Now let's talk about my day. So today, remember yesterday we told you guys that we were trying to get into the unit to get the architect in so you could see and he could look at my Matterport plans because we got to get rid of a low bearing wall and there's a lot of walls we want to remove and we're going to dormer upstairs. Okay. We were really nervous because we couldn't get a hold of the agent to get us into the unit, and we were like getting nervous. And I text the engineer late at night. I think it's like 11. I mean, sometimes you got to be aggressive. Sometimes it's not good to be aggressive, but I was really aggressive just because I really needed these plans to get started so they could be delivered on the 20th. So when we sign P&S, grab the keys, and like run to 1010 Mass Ave like we were on fire, right? Won't be able to run too fast because you're eating egg sandwiches at 1:12 a.m. in the morning. So we were nervous. So we went to yesterday. I didn't say this, but yesterday we went to Monica's bathroom to see what was going on, but they're obviously closed because I guess everybody was celebrating yesterday as the first because the first landed on a Monday. So that pushed us back. So we went today. So let's talk about Monica's, and then we'll talk about today. So we're gonna go forward, then we're gonna go back. So this morning I woke up and I text the agent and I go, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Can we get in today? Can we get in today? She goes, let me call the broker. Let me see the keys. Blah, 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 blah. And we finally got in. I said, yeah, no problem. So I called the architect and I was like, hey, listen, man, we could do it today. He said 11:30, boom. I got on Call of Duty, played some Call of Duty. And by the time we got the kids all packaged up and thrown in the car, we were running a little bit late. I called the real estate agent. I said, hey, listen, man, we screwed up. We're running really late for this appointment. Could you please let the architect in so he could do his work? So he does his work. Boom, 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 boom. What's really cool about our architect is that he's also a structural engineer. So he's a PE. He's a professional engineer, and he also does architecture, which is super, super amazing because you kill two birds with one stone. You can have him draw your plans, and then he could do the structural safety of the plan and gives you your stamp. Now, when you're going to submit your permit, it's stamped by a PE. Once it's stamped by a PE, there's nothing they could say. Well, I shouldn't say that, right? I don't want to be too cocky. But 9 times out of 10, if the plans, a structural engineer is not going to give faulty plans. Because there's got to be load points, and he's got to do the math and the calculations to make sure that the house doesn't fall down on anyone. And also, too, the liability falls on the PE. It doesn't fall on the guy sitting behind the desk at 1010 Mass Ave. So we were able to get an architect and a structural engineer combined into one. So we're running late. I get there around 11:50. We're supposed to be at 11:30. I get there at 11:50. He's sitting in his car. I come out and go, oh, man, I'm super sorry. Let's go inside. He goes, I'm done. We're going to put 2 dormers in the back. We're going to raise the roof, and that's it. So I asked one question, which I think is a very important question, is it floor to space ratio? I have it written down somewhere. He's like, you should be fine. So I guess it's basically, I don't know. I don't have those notes here. I'll probably talk about, I should have had my notes because that's a very, very important thing. Oh, let me see if I have it on my phone. Give me a second here. I know. I was too concerned about my egg sandwich. All right, I found it. So I asked them about the floor to area ratio. That's basically the livable square footage divided into the lot size. If we're under, so basically what you do is you take the livable square footage and you divide that into the size of the lot, and that gives you a number. And as long as your dormers and extension falls underneath that, you're good. If it goes over that, then you have to go to the board, then you have to go to the abutters, and you got to say, we're putting the dormers on, we're extending the roof, and they'll be like, well, I like that your house is small and it looks like an elf house, so I can see the trees across the street. Trust me, behind my parents' house, there was a huge beef. Huge beef about there was a plot of land, and what they wanted to do was they wanted to put a 4-family, 3-family, and 2 families in this little land. And what they did was they came with like a whole bunch of nonsense. The path of the sun, so because I mean, believe it or not, people like to look out their window and look at the sun come up or the sun go down and look at the stars, and they neighborhoods are like this, and they don't want you blocking the trees, or so you have to come with this plan to let people know that I'm not going to block the trees. You can still see the birds. I'm not going to disrupt the habitat. So this is all the things that is including in the package. So I think we're going to be good because the house next door to us have a dormer upstairs, and it has extended room in the back. Our footprint's smaller than that. And then the house next door to us is bigger. And then the house behind us in the backyard, they have a dormer and extended living space. We have a huge backyard, so I don't see where our dormers or raised roof will affect the neighboring plots. Well, we don't know yet. We're going to have to find that out when the plans get in, we close, and we go down to 1010 Mass Ave on January 20th or the 21st to submit plans. So this is where we're at right now. And I know yesterday I said in the video, it is imperative. Am I even using the word the right way? Why don't we stop trying to be educated and use words we understand what they mean? It's very important that you have your plans. It's very important. Very, 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 very important. It's very important that you could find a professional engineer who's an architect and a structural engineer. That way, he could draw your plans. You get one stamp. Instead of finding an architect to draw the plans, you get an architectural stamp. And then you got to go and get a structural engineer stamp to make sure that your house is stable. So we killed one bird with one stone. That was amazing. Thank you, Robert Nichols, for that. So we are ahead of the game. We are so ahead of the game. Everybody shaking up, staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. We're alive. We are on schedule. The only thing left to do is to get to the attorney and make sure the title is clean, because we're running out of days here. I think we have until the 7th for the P&S to be signed and the deposit to come in. I think it's like 6 or 7 days from when the person says yes, from the offer to buy real estate. Once you sign that, you only have a couple of days. If we don't get that done within the next couple of days, we can lose our deposit. Remember, they said the deposit of $2,500. So that is where we're at right now. Demo and structurally, we are on schedule. As long as the engineer delivers, but we've given him the plans. We hope that he could get back to us. He knows that we're in a bind here. He knows that he does a lot of this in Massachusetts. So he knows that, okay, you're closing on the 20th. You know you want to go down to 1010. We could probably get our short form that day, but the long form is going to take 30 days. Because we have the PE stamp, we're hoping that could shave off 15 days or so. We're hoping that we could get our long form structural stuff so we could start with the structural work and move forward. So that's what we're hoping for. That's really, really, really what we're hoping for. So the engineer said he's going to dormer the roof, and he's thinking with the space that we have, he could put in a full bath. I was thinking only put like a half bath up there, like maybe a toilet and a wash basin, because we have 2 rooms upstairs. And, maybe you don't want to go downstairs to use the bathroom because downstairs is where the bathroom is, the main bathroom is. But if we could get a full bathroom on the 2nd floor, I think that would bring the value of the unit up, And think about it, right? It's like 1 o'clock. You're tossing and turning. You have to go and use the loo. And instead of going all the way downstairs, tripping on my son's toys or my daughter's Barbie dolls, right? I could just leave my room, go into the loo, do what I gotta do, come back, right? And then the kids' rooms would be across. So, runny noses, coffee. These kids are always sick. I don't have to run downstairs to wash my hands. I could wipe the nose, go into the bathroom. And I just think that would add value to the property. And that's what we're trying to do. So that'd be really, 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 really cool. If we can add a full bath upstairs with 2 rooms, that would make it a 3-bedroom house, 2 full bathrooms, a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen. I think we sound good. I think we sound good. I think we look good. I cannot say this enough. Plans, 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 plans. So we went to Monica's. Remember we telling that we were trying to get estimates. So we're going around just to see how much we need to complete this project. So we were going around, and I had my Matterport scan, which I scanned the unit. So I had a rough square footage of what's going on. So with that rough square footage and that floor plan, I was able to go into the tile places and Monica's and show them and give them a visual representation of what the space looks like and what fixtures could fit in that space. I think you just look so more professional when you have the Matterport scan and you're able to do business. We could look at tile. We could figure out the square footage because it has the measurements there. We could go to Home Depot. We could measure appliances and see if they would fit in the bathroom or kitchen. Think about how we could get steps and all that stuff. And not steps, we could get stuff upstairs, how big the walkway is, how big the front door is. All of that stuff is very, very important. So with all the building and drawing, we are so ahead. It's the 4th. I still think that we're ahead. We're going to talk to the attorney tomorrow. We're hoping that the attorney can get everything done in 3 days. So that will be good. If we could get the attorney and all that stuff up to speed, get the deposit in for the hard money lender while we're waiting for the plans, and we're just waiting for the manageable day, January 20th, I think so far we are in good standing. Please hold your applause after the show.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I think we're doing really good. We're moving along. We're crossing our hurdles. We're everything seems to be rolling really smooth. And it's gonna get crazier. It's gonna be like you open up a wall and there's things there. Once you open up a wall, you own it. But I think we're treading along pretty good. I think we're on schedule. We look pretty good. We have a basic idea of appliances that we want to put into place. We have a basic idea how we want to design the bathroom. We have a basic idea what we're putting in the bathroom. We know what our paint is. We know that we're gonna, we're not just gonna spray the house in that gray. Some rooms will be a different gray. We have our focus wall. We figure out how we're gonna do our focus wall. We're figuring to open up the stairwell so you can get stuff upstairs, instead of like the little tunnel that it is. I cannot wait to show you guys these drawings. I feel really good. Our next hurdle will be the attorney, P&S, and then it gets. This is really smooth. This is really easy. This is just paperwork. Going down to get the permit, and we're praying that the plans that the architect, the professional engineer is going to give us is going to be to scale. Remember, you always want your plans to scale. So when they're looking at it, it's to scale. With with the correct measurements. So now we're thinking once we pass that, we're good to go for the demo. The contractor said he's ready in 10 days. My cousin said he'd be ready in like February to do the tile. I'll throw a deck on the back. So right now, I think we're in good standing. I just wanted to share that with you. I just want to also I want you guys to understand it is plans. Even if you do a basic, generic, ghetto floor plan, I mean, you could go online. There's tons of floor plan makers, and you can start to draw your floor plan, and you have these measurements where you can start to look at your plans and start to visualize everything. It's so good with the Matterport scan to look, do the 3D tour, and just visualize what we want to do. Once the walls come down and the spaces open up, we'll do another scan of the place. So that way at night, we could just, our brains could be on fire as we figure out what we're going to do with this space. So tomorrow we're probably going to go back to Monica's because our sales guy wasn't in today, because I went to Monica's last week and I brought my floor plan in and I gave him the dimensions of the bathroom. But because we're going to add a second bathroom upstairs, I'm probably going to tell him to hold off till we get the final plans from the PE. And then once we get the final plans, we'll know the square footage to scale. And then we can figure out what we want to do in that bathroom. So if he's giving us a quote of $4,000 for the bathroom, that's tub, total toilet, Simmons waterway, shower head, handheld, faucet, vanity, and sink, and then taps on the wash basin. We just got to figure out a mirror for the medicine cabinet. Space is really tight in there. I don't know on the demo, are we going to be able to, because there's a chimney. So there's there's a bathroom. This is the bathroom wall. And then there's a space like that. And that's where the chimney is. And it runs horizontal, right? And that other space is actually where the closet is for the bedroom. So we don't know, do we knock the chimney down? Do we get rid of the chimney and then vent somewhere else? And then maybe we could push the bathroom back like a little smudging. But if we do that, then we'll lose the linen closet. Or maybe we could just put the linen closet upstairs. Because probably downstairs is probably going to be like the spare room. Or maybe downstairs could be like the den or something. So you could do 2 bedrooms upstairs. You could have your 2 children in a bunk bed. And then downstairs could be the home office. So I think we look good. I think we look really good. Once we get the final drawings in, we could plan on appliances and where we're going to put stuff. Next is going to be countertop. We were thinking about bringing in my buddy. He does a lot of woodwork. He has this huge damn oak tree in his basement that he's nuts, man. He puts like these slabs of oak trunks on his Prius and literally dents the roof, and it's crazy. Like his roof is like, I don't think that car is even usable anymore. I mean, the roof is like caved in because he puts like these giant oaks. So we're going to talk to him. Maybe we were going to go porcelain countertops. Maybe we might go wood, depending if he could. I mean, he has a job, depending he could fabricate this all and get it us to us in a matter of time. Because, I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 weeks. And, we want everything to fit in. So that's where we're at. We're on schedule. We look good. Everything's planned out. I mean, this week on Thursday, I'll be going to 1010 Mass Ave to see what I need to get to file the permit, the plans, permits from the contractor, permits from the electrician, and all of that stuff. And yeah, I think we're looking good. We're on schedule. And yeah, we've changed the name, call it FLIPPAHS. You know, we're from Boston, so it's got to be FLIPPAHS, right? FLIPPAHS. Can't be flippers, you know? Flippers, just like, you know, FLIPPAHS. So that's it. It's 1:30 a.m. I'm probably going to do some laundry, edit this, get it on the podcast. And thank you so much for watching. And we'll probably see you guys Thursday night. And I'll let you know what we need to file the permits. Have a good night.